Okay, we're new. What now? I wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of this 60-day inside look into my process right now. This is definitely me, us creating from ground zero in the business and in my life. This is your invitation to come be a fly on the wall in that process. Every single day I'm going to go live on StreamYard, and it will range from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. But I thought I'd give you a sense of the kinds of things that I'm going to be talking about, including sharing with you right now some of the things that I'm using and doing. There's a lot of different facets to what I'm looking at in my life right now and in the business. Definitely everything around money, everything around business growth, everything around personal care, because I got finally that if I don't nurture my body, if I don't include my body, I have no business. All the tools that I'm using, and then all the team building and the people stuff. I want to go a little bit further into money because I don't think people know how comprehensively I look at this, and I'm going to give you a sense of some of the things that I'm looking at right now. One of the things that never leaves my awareness when it comes to business is cash flow. I do a lot of sessions with people that literally don't even think about cash flow. It's just like the next idea and the next idea and the next idea. And if those ideas don't fruit, then that business doesn't make any money. It's never worked for me in my life to not make money. So I constantly have the cash flow in my awareness. And to keep cash flow in your awareness, you need a lot of different tools. You got to stay current on your bookkeeping, which is something I want to show you. I'm into QuickBooks Online. I've just hired a bookkeeper there. You need to keep tabs on your daily expenses and either have a system in place where your expenses can come off it and you pay it off every month, or you're keeping track of when and where. But you also have to keep track of how are you creating revenue this month. And that is something that never leaves my awareness. It's one of the reasons our business is constantly in the black. Even was able to pay off a massive loan over the last year and still stay certified, which was just an incredible load on a very quite small business. Multi six figures is a small business. So I want to show you more day by day how that works for me. One of the things that shows up is that I will pivot on a dime if cash flow is not working in a particular way. The other thing that is unexpected is that I've been doing a lot of studying about investing. One of the things I learned from my 5 years ago institution of a system called Profit First in my business is that there isn't a good time, and now's as good a time as any. And it's really been pinging me to start investing. And I don't just mean in jewelry and things like that. I definitely have hard assets lying around, and I can show you that. I mean in a way that compounds. Hard assets can go up in value, but with jewelry and things like that, you have to be happy if you get half of what you paid for it. With other kinds of investments, they compound over time. And I'm 47 this year. We don't have any compounding assets to speak of in our wheelhouse except for El Lugar. We did just invest a chunk in El Lugar last year. So I've been aware of it. It's been pinging me. I've been really studying a lot. I have some podcasts to share with you. I've got some resources to share with you. I just opened my investment account. I am actively taking steps. Even though we're starting at ground zero, I am taking the cash I have and putting it to work. I'm going to be talking about that. Spreadsheet systems. I have the sexiest spreadsheet systems you have ever seen in your life that I want you to have too. I am going to show you those. I actually just found another one that I love. It is only $47. I have the link for it. That's going to be on the inside as well. And then just different financial systems. I think for my business to run the way that it does, I probably have 6 or 7 different systems that all play together. And I'm not going to be showing them to you like in one sitting, but more like when it comes up to show you. We wrangle my revenue, allocate the revenue twice a month on the 10th and the 25th. So during this 60 days, you're going to get to see that 4 times. And I'll probably invite on the teammate that does that with me so that she can talk about the system that we've created. I can ask her questions. You guys can hear about that. That's a huge piece of what we're going to be looking at is money, of course. Why did we get into business? Because we want to change the world, but also money. Okay. And then there's 4 other really big areas that I know are going to play a role in what we're looking at and what I'm going to end up sharing with you. And another big one is business growth. Now, this is very similar to the money one, except there's different things that I pay attention to in business growth. One is content creation. I don't get that this is going to be a masterclass on creating the short form content or the long form content, but because I create content almost every day, I will be talking about it. I'm going to be exposing some of the ways that I integrate it into my day, because you gotta think like a content creator if you want content to come out of you, which means you're carrying your phone around with you everywhere and you're like, oh, this is a great moment, and you're capturing stuff in the day when it's capturing time, and then you're editing it at editing time. The other piece of content creation is adding people to your team. Like I know during this next 60 days, I'm going to be adding an intern to create with us so that my content creation can be supported, because it can be way too much. The other thing that we are actively building right now on the team are a bunch of opt-ins. Now, opt-ins are just ways for people to get on your email list. And I'm about to head into a period of time where that's going to grow dynamically. I want to have Fridays and do all these things that really grow the list. And I've got some really cool tools that exponentialize email list growth that you've probably never heard of, that I'll be throwing affiliate links out to. So I'm excited about that. And the other thing I'm going to be really talking about is promotion. One of the things that's really changed our business and is still being worked out is that we are moving away from a certain way we did it before and exploring something we can do now. And class promotion is an interesting thing. There's the way that it's done in Access, which I think we could talk a lot about. And then there's the way that it's done in the world, and then there's the way it could work. So there's no answer to this. There's only what is possible, what can work, what else is possible with class promotions. That's going to be an ongoing exploration. I'm going to share with you what's working, what's absolutely not working, where I can perceive the bottlenecks and the gaps are, what I'm choosing to fill those bottlenecks and gaps. Join me for the ride. This is pretty huge for me. I'm a recovering do everything workaholic. I love that about me. I love that I've got a good work ethic. I am always going to lean and tend towards the overworking than the underworking, which I think has its perks. I'm never going to be homeless. On the flip side of that, my body could suffer, because if I'm going to leave anything out, it will be my body. And that's the thing that I'm really navigating right now. I'm going to be sharing with you, as it comes up, the questions I'm asking and functioning from, the daily habits that I'm choosing. I do find there are some things that, if I will choose them regularly, make my life easier. And then you also include your body and ask your body. So that's a dance. But everything from movement to food to supplements for sleeping, etc., listening and navigating the whole thing. So that's definitely 1000% going to be in our conversation, because it's in my conversation. The other thing that's really big is team building. And my team right now is a skeleton crew with an intern. And we're about to hire another intern, but it's really changed. And I think working with people in a business is probably the hardest part of a business. It's so much easier to do things by yourself until it's not. Your business can only grow to a certain point with you doing it by yourself. So adding people is definitely required. I'm doing a lot of studying right now. I'm reading a book called Who Not How. I got the recommendation from one of my teammates. I'm playing a lot with deals for people and internships. So this is a very, very dynamic time in the business for people. And I plan on sharing with you what's working, what's not working, what I'm looking at choosing. I'm sure there's going to be frustrations because I run into them all the time. The people side is just so filled with different conversations and things you need to know and manipulations you need to pull, and how do you know what to pay somebody or what they are willing to receive? How can you say that clearly? So this is 100% going to be part of our process. I would say that the tools I use in business are very natural to me. The questions I function from, the choices I function from are very natural. What's likely going to happen as you and I are doing this every single day for 60 days is I will probably go digging for more tools. The cycle of action, as Gary talks about it, is what can I start, what can I change, and what can I stop? And that's essentially how I function all the time, which is why our business is so dynamic and why we never stay the same, why it's hard to find things sometimes, because we're constantly moving on shifting sand. I also have been really looking at, can I move out further into the future? Like, how do live classes function versus online classes? And because I'm now developing an on-the-ground business while expanding and scaling my online business. Just need tools. Just need clearings we use. And also, as I share things, my hope is that you post your questions, so then we have a more interactive conversation. What I'm hopeful for is that the days that you need to watch will be there. And I'm going to be posting links to things. My plan is to every day that I talk about something, because I am out of control. I get into all kinds of stuff. Just today, there was a podcast I was listening to, two books I was reading, three websites I was learning on, an investment account I was opening, a course that I'm taking. I've got 7 or 8 links just to share with you from today, and that is like an ongoing thing that I do. I'm a little bit out of control. So my hope is that you can cherry pick from the extreme nature of me and find the things that you're looking for. Not everything that I share with you will be relevant to you. Hopefully, you're going to be able to extrapolate what you need from it as I navigate growing a brand new on the ground business here in Atlanta, expand my online business, and be a person. What would it take for us to grow our revenue from 0 to 20,000 a month together? And by the way, 20,000 a month is what my business actually requires to be functional. And it's been there naturally. Like it can do that. But the cool thing is that if you grow your base, that target that you have for yourself every month can get easier. Be a fly on the wall as I choose this and I institute this and I take you on the ride with me because it will be a ride, and let it contribute to what you're creating. If you love this, I'll see you on the inside.